Tonight, Governor Moeno enumerates actionable plans to reverse biting effect of fuel subsidy removal on citizens. Akwa Ibom Judiciary partners Internal Revenue Services to train judicial officers on tax policies. Tension as Nigeria's organized labor lead peaceful protest against fuel subsidy removal. Plus, President Tinubu forwards another batch of 19 ministerial nominees to Senate. We have details for you shortly. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Eyageno Paul. Akwa Ibom State government has listed the release of 1 billion naira for payment of gratuity arrears to primary school teachers and 800 million naira to settle outstanding leave allowances as efforts aimed at cushioning the current strangulating economic realities on the citizenry. These, in addition to releasing the expected federal government palliatives, were Governor Moeno's assurance to members of the organized labor who joined the nationwide protest against the effect of fuel subsidy removal on Nigerians. Our Government House reporter, Patience John, reports. The State Chief Judge, Justice Ekaite Obod, has identified effective knowledge of tax laws as essential to judges and magistrates if they must adequately carry out their duties of settling tax dispute. Justice Obod, who enumerated issues surrounding effective taxation administration in contemporary times, was speaking at the official opening of a 3-day program on taxation for judicial officers organized in collaboration with the State Internal Revenue Service at Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resort.
Justice Ekaite Obod, who delivered a keynote address on the theme of the training, Contemporary Issues in Taxation, described taxation as a vital component of generating government revenue in providing essential services, which also serves as a fundamental pillar in shaping the economic landscape of any society. Justice Obod emphasized that taxation is an evolving field subject to constant policy, law, and administration changes. Therefore, the need for continuous training and retraining on its ethos. She expressed the hope that the knowledge gained will enable judges and magistrates to adjudicate tax-related cases with fairness, impartiality, and adherence to principles of justice.
I commend the board of Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue for this foresight in organizing this training. I also thank all participants for their commitment to enhancing their expertise in contemporary tax issues. Let us embrace this opportunity to also collectively contribute to a just and prosperous Akwa Ibom State.
The chairman of Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service, Mr. Okonokon, said taxation is the main source of government revenue and the template of its operations is anchored on law, policy, and administration. Mr. Okon reiterated that as judges play a key role in interpreting laws and ensuring fairness in the application of tax regulations, it is pertinent to imbibe current trends on taxation, expressed optimism that the training will serve the purpose and improve tax adjudication and administration in the state.
As we embark on this 3-day program together, I invite you to actively engage in the sessions, ask questions, and share your experiences. This training is not only an opportunity to acquire knowledge, but also an opportunity to exchange ideas, foster IGI generation collaboration, and build a stronger tax community in Akwa Ibom State.
Some of the trainees expressed satisfaction that they have been equipped for optimal productivity.
It takes the judiciary to give meaning to the intent of the legislation.
This training program will iron out a lot of issues we've been having in court. then it has to do with tax matters.
They that make the law ought to also engage in this kind of frank talk. But for now, it's for those that interpret the law.
Papers were presented on tax dispute resolution from administrative, statutory, and constitutional perspectives by Mr. Chukwemeka Eze, and a review of the legal framework of taxes and levies collected by state government by Professor Ezekiel Edem, as well as interactive session.
The need for public relations managers to uphold their ethics as image managers in the society has been re-emphasized. The zonal coordinator, Akwa Ibom and Cross River State zonal operations of the NIPR, Dr. Oduawobot, made the emphasis at the 2023 World Public Relations Day, organized by Akwa Ibom State chapter of the body. The event held at the Image House Information Drive, Uyo. Esther Morin completes the reports.
Dr. Uduagobot, while reflecting on the theme of the global event, harnessing the power of public relations, describes the professional body as that saddled with the responsibility of using creativity in the discharge of its duties. Dr. Obot, who is also the guest lecturer at the event, noted that the profession, which associates with scientists, require objective and verifiable procedures in handling matters, while advocating digital platform in handling sensitive matters.
Of all this effort is achievement of good reputation and positive image that can help the organization not only to succeed in its endeavors, but also help the larger societies to succeed.
The event featured an interactive session where members of NIPR and others in attendance shared thoughts, ideas, and experiences aimed at encouraging synergy and improved professional practice for a better society.
Propaganda itself is a tool of public relations, but somehow the society still puts some negative framing around these tools. Even though you're a person, you will find yourself someone that has a negative relationship on the way.
To also make a contribution in line to novel which have raised a lot of concern. I have to go to the dictionary.
Earlier, members of the Executive Council of NIPR, led by the Vice Chairman, Mrs. Mercy David, paid a solidarity visit on the Akwa Ibom State Chapter Chairman, Mr. Nsemeke Udoakpan, to congratulate him on his appointment as the Registrar, Federal College of Education, IDIDEP, Ibionibom.
This is addressed to Nsemeke Udoakpan, MNIPR Chapter Chairman. We joyfully write to express our deepest felicitations to you. Indeed, your appointment is the handiwork of God and the reward for excellence and hard work.
That I will strive to be a good ambassador of the Akwa Ibom State Chapter of NIPR. Whatever I will be doing there, I would do it with the consciousness that members of the Akwa Ibom State Chapter of NIPR have so much hope and believe in my ability to come out successful in that assignment. And that will be my guiding principle.
Esther Morin, AKBC News.
The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, today received a list of the second batch of the ministerial nominees from President Bola Tinubu. Tinubu transmitted that the list to the Senate through the Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila. The Senate President read the 19 names of the second batch ministerial nominees, comprising some former governors at the plenary, after the screening of the 28 nominees earlier submitted by President Tinubu. The Senate has adjourned plenary to Friday, August 4, 2023. We take a short break now. When we return, Akwa Ibom retired police chief Ekbudum backs multiple humanitarian awards, and ECOWAS defense chiefs think a solution to regional crisis in Abuja. Please stay with us.
I just want your papers, please.
Sorry.
salary don't enter. Yes, so and Monday never even reach self. Na salary plenty, oh. No wonder I no gree collect roja from my hand. Shut up, sir. I'm here to bail my younger brother. If it happen.
With good laws,
proper funding, training,
and cooperation.
If it happen.
We are glad that you're still with us. The Chairman Board of Governors, Tower of Ivory Schools, Nigeria, retired DIG Udome Kudum, has added more feathers to his bouquet of honor and recognition, bagging the Lead Times Leadership Award and doctorate degree in security and risk management from the Prowess University, USA. The former police top brass promised to commit more to the cause of humanity.
Ladies and gentlemen, 9 honorary judges awarded honors different categories. Congratulations, 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 congratulations.
The awards were conferred on the retired DIG during the 8th Annual Strategic Leadership Summit of Lead Times Africa magazine on good governance in Lagos. The Registrar and CEO, Institute of Art Management and Professional Studies, African representatives of the Prowess University, USA, Professor Eze Nwaba, explained that the awards were based on the recipient's track record of excellence and selfless service to humanity. Professor Nwaba specifically pointed out that retired DIG Ekbudom has touched the lives of many over the years, thus becoming an example to others.
Congratulations, sir.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the authority of the Board of Regents, Prowess University has conferred upon Udom, Udo, Eban, Udom, OON, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Risk and Security Management, with all the honors and privileges appertaining thereto. In witness thereof, this certificate duly signed has been issued and common seal of the university affixed. Congratulations.
Okay, is next.
Responding, retired DIG Udome appreciated the university for the honor, describing it as rare, and promised to constantly work for what is good for humanity. Retired DIG Ekbudom thanked his wife, Dorothy, and family, as well as management and staff of Tower of Ivory Schools, Nigeria, for supporting his dreams, and called on well-meaning individuals to join hands in nation building. Eyageno Paul, AKBC News. The Nigerian Labour Congress today began a nationwide protest over the removal of fuel subsidy and the perceived lack of adequate palliative measures. Thousands of demonstrators took to the streets in various cities across the country, demanding immediate government action to address these pressing concerns. The removal of the fuel subsidy has sparked rising inflation rates, placed a heavy burden on the average citizen's purchasing power. The NLC and the supporters are voicing the discontent over the perceived insufficient effort to provide palliatives to ease the economic strain caused by the removal of the subsidy. Many believe that the government has not done enough to mitigate the adverse effect on vulnerable and low-income populations. Defense chiefs from Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, will convene in Abuja, Nigeria for a 2-day meeting starting today to address last week's coup in Niger. The announcement is contained on a regional bloc's Twitter handle on Tuesday. On Sunday, leaders of the West Africa's regional bloc imposed sanctions on Niger and issued a warning of potential force, granting the junta a 1-week ultimatum to restore President Mohamed Bazoum to power. Reports say this is the first time ECOWAS has threatened military action to reverse the coups that have taken place in the region in recent years. In the earlier statement, the junta expressed its opposition to any aggression against Niger by regional or Western nations. Ahead of the meeting, General Chiani warned ECOWAS and unnamed Western nations against stepping in. The Justice Department has charged Donald Trump with 4 counts after a grand jury examined his effort to overturn the 2020 election result. The charges include conspiracy to defraud the United States, an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against the rights of citizens. Special counsel Jack Smith was appointed to oversee investigations into Trump's involvement in the 6th January riot, which occurred while Congress was certifying the victory of Joe Biden. Trump has been summoned to appear in court on Thursday in Washington, D.C. Reports say Trump has already faced charges for alleged mishandling of classified documents in Florida and falsifying business records in hush money payments to an adult film star in New York. Responding, the former President Donald Trump campaign team claimed the most recent indictment is an attempt to meddle with the 2024 presidential election. Akwa State government has listed the release of 1 billion naira for payment of gratuity arrears to primary school teachers and 800 million naira to settle outstanding leave allowances as effort aimed at cushioning the current strangulating economic realities on the citizenry. These in addition to releasing the expected federal government palliatives, with Governor Moino's assurance to members of the organized labor who joined the nationwide protest against the effect of fuel subsidy removal on Nigerians. Our Government House reporter Patience John reports that the governor received the protesters at Government House gate.
In line with the peaceful protest directive from the national leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress, workers in the state took to various locations registering their grievances, including the Government House, where they were addressed by Governor Moino. The governor, who registered his sympathy with the protesting workers, said he feels their pains owing to the present economic realities and promised that his administration will continue to work hard to meet the demands of the people.
But in terms of the Nigerian workers, remember, I told you to give me 6 months. I'll start paying gratuity. But I'm happy to announce today that I just released 1 billion to take care of gratuity for primary school teachers. I just released that. And I've just released another 800 million to take care of backlog of leave allowance. What I want to say is that we will work with you. You, the Nigerian worker, and indeed every Akwa Ibomite, we have you in our...
Governor Moino also spoke of steps his administration has taken to ease difficulties among workers and the plan to set up a committee to oversee disbursement of palliatives sent by federal government, including support from the state government.
Just this morning, we have been informed, and we have a circular that the federal government has released some palliatives, and to the state is on the way now. I have that letter. I've spoken with the people concerned, so I know fully well that some palliatives are on the way. What we will do is to immediately set up a palliative committee, and we will bring organized labor in there, and we will, with government, so that we can sit together, know what the federal government is bringing and what the state will add, so that we can immediately, in the next 10 days, ensure that we begin to drive down the palliatives and people can get it.
The state NLC chairman, Comrade Sonny James, and his trade union Congress counterpart, Comrade Dominic Abang, who spoke on behalf of the protesting workers, thanked the governor for giving them audience and made several demands to the state and federal government to include building of refineries and fuel depot in Akwa Ibom State, donation of buses to civil servants to ease transportation, as well as salary increments.
Presidency is to inform you and the leadership of Akwa Ibom State that the Nigerian workers and people are not happy. There is so much hunger in the land. Within the last 60 days of the government of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the refineries in Nigeria should be made to work. Presidency, that is the appeal of Akwa Ibom workers to you. When they are calling a national meeting within refineries, Akwa Ibom State, one of the 4th largest oil producing state, we do not have a refinery, we do not have a kiosk. We do not have a depot. Presidency tells them to give us. We shall also have benefit of the depot.
We want to also, as a main immediate urgent step, Your Excellency, do something in the case of salary increment so that the workers can collect it and begin to feel relieve the pain that is already inflicted by transportation, high food costs, and electricity.
Patience John, AKBC News.
That's all we have for you tonight. But before we get another look at the top stories, 1 billion naira for payments of gratuity arrears to primary school teachers, 800 million naira for outstanding leave allowances, in addition to releasing the expected federal government palliatives, have been listed among efforts considered by Governor Moino to cushion the biting economic effect of fuel subsidy removal on citizens. The governor gave the assurances to members of the organized labor who joined the nationwide protest in Uyo. We also brought a report that effective knowledge of taxation policies in adjudication of taxation disputes have been identified as essential for judicial officers in the state by the state chief judge, Justice Ekaite Obod. Justice Obod was speaking at the official opening of a 3-day program on taxation for judicial officers organized by the State Internal Revenue Service. As a package, thank you very much for your time and good night.